7654321. Go.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening if you're watching this on the replay. Want to welcome you to today's session of 12-Step Roadmap, how to achieve accelerated results in your business. And today we're going to be talking about Step 1, Session 2, and today's date. And we like to date these because we may be outdating ourselves a year from now. So we don't want to be accused of doing something current when it was really in the past. But we want to welcome each and every one of you today to today's training. Today we're going to be talking about strategy, coaching, and marketing. Strategy, coaching, and marketing. So as we move forward, I want to just do a quick hello. The two trainers for today are myself, Casey Everhart, out of Los Angeles, California, as well as Jennifer Bagley out of Dallas, Texas. And to learn a little bit more about Jennifer and or myself, I'm going to instruct you guys or invite you to go check out our Facebook profiles, our Facebook fan pages, and more importantly, I'd like to have you go watch the orientation where we actually talk a little bit about both of our backgrounds, so on and so forth. So how are you doing this morning, Jennifer?
Doing fantastic. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to pass it over to you because I know we have a jam-packed session. You guys, this is what you'll see on Step 1, Session 1. Go ahead and watch the orientation as well as the Step 1, Session 1. You can do that over at 12steproadmap.com. and then just click on Webinar Series up at the top there. And once you click on that Webinar Series, you'll see all the videos, plus you'll have all the homework. This is a sequential training, but it's also okay if you jump in, but I highly recommend at the very least go back and watching the orientation video as well as participating in the homework. So with that, Jen, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Case. And I appreciate all of you investing your time in yourself and your business. With us this morning, we know you've got 101 other things you could be spending your time on, so to have you here, we take with high regard. So our goal is to give you as much value as possible during your time with us this morning, and as Casey said, or this afternoon, this evening, or whenever you're watching this. But our job is to help you win. That's what we believe in. That's what we practice. That's what we preach. If we help you win, we win. That's why we're here today. So Step 1, you guys, in the 12-step roadmap really covers 3 primary areas: strategy, coaching, marketing. If you guys have heard us speak or you've seen us on stage or if you've watched any of our videos, you're going to notice that we're constantly practicing and preaching, making sure that you do the right things in the right order at the right time. We've designed a program called the Sales Supply Chain Systems. We've developed another program called 12-Step Roadmap to Accelerated Results, and really this is about helping you make the right decisions, the right investments, and do the right activities at the right time, at the right stage in your business. So a lot of businesses are constantly living in a state where they are unguided, and often, you know, attending every workshop and session and seminar that you can from every subject matter expert in every portion or every arena of marketing. And you go to a training and maybe they're talking about how to leverage tweets to different twits in order to be able to generate more business. I don't know what it is, but you go to the training, you're excited, you come back, and that's what you want to implement right now. I'm not saying that Twitter's not important. What I am saying is that depending on all of the other infrastructure or foundational items in your business, it might not be important right now. So that's most important. Richard Hackman, I just saw you join. Thank you. Glad you're here. All right, so Step 1 is really strategy, coaching, and marketing. What we're saying is before you go out and you start a marketing campaign or you start investing in websites and SEO and social media and mobile apps and digital marketing and content distribution and syndication and pay-per-click and retargeting and all of the things you can possibly wrap your arms around, you need to have a coach. So I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios. I've probably talked to 150 to 250,000 people about their websites. And it saddens me when I hear somebody come in and they tell me their website story about how they purchased this website and that website and this website. I've even heard the story where somebody purchased a WordPress website and said the web team was horrible, and so they bought another WordPress website, and they said that web team was horrible, so they bought another WordPress website. When the reality is, if you buy a WordPress, you never have to buy another website again. All you have to do is retain it, maintain it, and upgrade it. So the fact is, while they were probably trying to save money by using what we call as friends, family, and fools, our triple S, probably trying to save money, they wound up having to redo that website over a 10-year period up to 6 times and spent over $40,000 on combined investments across all the different websites that they purchased. However, that's not even the expense. The expense is businesses the cost of doing it wrong. The expense of the lost opportunities for not doing the right things at the right time in the right order well outweighs the investment for doing it right. So that's why we always start with step one is strategy, coaching, and marketing. We've got to get you moving. Most business owners, no different than any human around America, when January 1st, the new year comes around and they decide they're going to lose weight and they jump on the scale and head to the gym is packed, the parking lots are packed for the first 3 months, and if they don't see enough results quickly, they drop off. So in our world, we understand that it's human nature to quit. We absolutely understand it's human nature to quit. We also understand that humans are designed and bred to want things fast, immediate, right now. So with that being said, there are some things that you can do right now. There are some things that you can do fast, and there's a whole bunch of things that require time. You've got to be in this in the long run. So knowing the difference, knowing when you can accelerate your processes, knowing when you have to pull back and you've got to fight through the crowds. For example, getting your website ranked on the search engine for a specific key phrase that has 2.5 million other pages trying to just get in the same 10 slots, that's going to take some time. However, if you have the right coach, you have the right mentors, you have the right strategy, you can quickly jump into business, jump into your marketing strategy, and make some immediate results right away so that you're not like the rest of the population that pops into that gym, lasts for 3 months, and goes back to their ways and their routine and gets the same results year over year over year, month over month over month, week over week over week. Casey, do you have any sum ups for that?
Yeah, you guys, this is really about making sure that you can do the high leverage activities first. And it's so important that we concentrate on things that you can control in an immediate environment, as well as work behind the scenes. And it is so important, so important to invest in a coach, a mentor, yourself. And I would actually say that for most businesses, this is where it is mind-boggling to me that they will spend a bunch of money doing something that they have no guidance in, and then when it comes to bringing on a coach, a mentor, a strategist, a consultant, they look at it as an expense. And the reality is that you know, in our own businesses, we invest because that education pays off the biggest reward, the biggest dividend. I can't imagine neither Jennifer nor myself nor any of the companies under our umbrella not bringing on folks, people that are driving us to go the right direction. It is probably the biggest investment versus expense. And I just would invite each of you to really look at what your mindset is versus expense versus investment. Having a website go down over and over and over again and having it redone, to me is an expense based on a bad investment. That bad investment is that you didn't bring on somebody to help guide through the process of building the website. Everybody wants to do it alone. If your specialty is not building websites, then who do you think you are trying to drive how to build a website? Right? It doesn't make sense. You hire an insurance agent to guide you in what insurances you need to get the maximum protection for your business or for yourself. We take on advisors all the time. You take on accountants. You take on people that cut your hair. I know that's a silly example, but you're bringing on an expert that in theory is going to make you look your absolute best. It's an investment. And I've just, you know, I'm going to hammer home mindset on an expense versus an investment.
Good stuff. You guys, this is really about how do you get the most out of every minute. Out of every minute. Everything has to be, how do you take the 1 minute? You know, you hear people talk constantly about once you lose time, you can't get it back. Absolutely true. Wasting time, which is your most precious and valuable asset, cannot happen. Avoidance of that has got to be critical. So in this environment, our goal is within those 3 areas. Strategy means planning. Coaching means we're going to push you. And marketing means we're going to teach you how to leverage other systems, tools, resources, scripts, programs, software, and so forth to be able to move quickly where you can and have the stick-to-itiveness to last out the journey in the areas that are going to require more time. I love this quote. It said, in preparing for battle, I have always found having a plan was useless. but the planning process was indispensable. And that's really what this is about. Casey said right off the bat, we date everything. We have to date it because, quite frankly, the information we share today can be completely outdated in 3 months, which means if your need or your requirement is to have a very, very clear plan, to write a business plan or to write a marketing plan and to have that plan be out 3 years, you can't do that. Out 1 year, you can barely do that. What we can do is put the planning and the strategizing components and elements into our daily and monthly and weekly process, something that you live by. And that's really what we're going to help you do. So I'm glad you guys are here today. All right, step one, I'm here to build, I love this as well, I'm here to build something for the long term. Anything else is a distraction, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's within your business or your marketing plan. And that was a quote by Mark Zuckerberg. Step one has to do with leveraging resources, publishing content, you becoming personally highly networked, and most importantly, what we are going to concentrate on is how do you compress conversion times through improved perception.
Now,
So
Jen, let me jump in here because this is a really important distinction for all you guys. So we just said that you don't want to make a goal for 5 years, and then we put up a quote that said, build something for the long term. Jen, elaborate on the distinction between those two differences.
Absolutely. Building something for the long term means a continued investment in that which is needed in order to succeed. So think through that. A continued investment in that which is needed in order to succeed. That is what's most important. I can't tell you what that's going to be next year. I can barely tell you what it's going to be in 6 months. What I can tell you is it's different than last month. It's different than 3 months ago. It's different than 1 year ago. And if you're operating on any kind of platform, systems, process, marketing plan, or thinking that's over a year old, you're outdated. That's the only thing I can tell you is long term in our world, in a digital marketing environment, in a technology-based community where communication, research, conversations, disciplines are all changing to be leveraging different types of techniques, different types of tools, systems, technology, widgets, bells, whistles, whether it's different types of mobile applications, text messaging, video messaging. We're going to be doing hologram messaging soon. You know? The point being that you have to invest in sticking to the process, being open-minded and positive about change, about learning, and about implementing, evaluating your results, and making changes accordingly. And most important, let somebody else stay on top of the future. Let somebody else stay on top of what's changing, what's happening within technology, within the digital environment, in the social media environment, web-based environment, search engines, and so forth. That's our job. Our job is to know what's coming to the best of our ability, I'll tell you that, and to be able to guide you on, okay, you guys, we need to make a shift, which means put your foot in the sand, take a quick pivot, and move in another direction. And we have to be able to do that very, very swiftly. Stuff changes. So that's what I mean by that. The plan is that you're going to stick to it. You're going to make a long-term commitment, not a long-term plan. All right, you guys, so step number 4, we're talking about compression. Compression is how do you get more done faster in business, in life, in marketing, with your rate of conversions, your rate of transformation, your planning processes, your strategic planning, your adaptation, client communication, and so forth. We have to be able to compress time. So you've got to constantly be looking at how can I make more happen faster. When we get into the compression of conversion times, I need to have a prospect that you work very hard to attain, whether it's through your network, customer communication, a referral from a third party, another doctor, a physician, from a painter or another contractor, wherever that business came from. We have to be as focused on compressing the time from the second they see your website or the second that they make connection with you or the second they have your name to the second that they choose to do business with you. That is goal number 1. All too often I see businesses, especially with smaller budgets, jump into a marketing environment and the first thing they want to do is new client acquisition through search engine optimization. That is a long-term process, not an immediate. The immediate is let's get you making money while you're working on the things that take time. Making money is going to happen by compressing the time frame that a prospect makes a decision to do business with you. So that's what we're going to concentrate on right now. We're always going to be teaching and promoting and encouraging and coaching and strategizing with you about how you can generate more revenue faster, because that additional revenue you can invest in other areas, especially for some of the long-term, more complicated marketing techniques. I love this quote by Tony, so we included this. High achievers set up systems, people, and processes to help them discover distinctions and achieve greater results. The word distinctions, when you're sitting in a coaching environment with Tony, really, these are often blind spots. These are the things you didn't know you didn't know. These are clouds inside your window that allow you to have a different view of reality. Doesn't mean it's the truth. It means it's the truth to you. And so I love the fact that when I'm sitting with Tony, he's driving me to look and see past those distinctions and identify blind spots in our business, things we should be doing differently, things that we have done wrong. And I promise you we've done a lot wrong. So, and I'm happy to share those with you. I love the fact that you guys are all here. You'll notice that we have a high energy culture. If you surround yourself with high energy people, you're going to get superior results. When you surround yourself with people that are negative, or they don't have a high energy, they have a low energy environment, you're going to notice that your results are going to be average, satisfactory, at bare minimum good. I want more for myself, and I want more for you, and that's why you'll see when Casey's jumping on a stage, you're going to see him run down the middle of the hallway. I'm in 4-inch heels. I'm not going to run, but I talk faster, so we're even. All right, jumping into the meat of this session today, we're going to talk about perception. I want you to think about being strategic and intentional about everything you do, not haphazard. Your brand, your visual appearance, your attitude, your persona, and the materials that you represent your company with matter. I want everyone on this to think about in 2014 and beyond being presentation ready at all times, which means you've got to be ready for an initial perception. During the last session, we talked about the things you can accelerate versus the things that are slow growth. If you missed that, go check out session 1. Things you can accelerate: building of your network, fans, friends, followers, downloads, subscriptions, views, and so forth. Things that take time: SEO, Pagerank, Edgerank, traffic. It's going to take your participation. First things first, I think I saw Sean join the call today, and I asked him, can I please use your website? I think I'm not even going to tell you what he said, but he said yes in an interesting way. He'll probably post on there what he told me. So Dirt Heating and Cooling, I love this company. I love their team. I love their leadership. I love that we can have this down and dirty conversations about their company. But I want you to look at this and visually. So if I was to just pull this slide up, instantaneously, what kind of feeling do you get when you look at the design on the left-hand side versus the design on the right-hand side? And the design on the right, you're only able to see like a third of the entire layout. But I wanted you to be able to just very quickly, if you were the one making a buying decision and you had to choose which one is going to condense your time to make a decision, the one on the left or the one on the right. And you guys are more than welcome to comment and post. We'll keep going. Hovland, a new client of ours, they just signed with us, I think, a week ago, and we got their design done before we had their project launch call. So if she's watching this, Miss Sherry, yes, your design is started, even though we haven't had your launch call yet. But again, I wanted to show you, what is the perception of the left versus what is the perception of the right? How do you feel instantly? We'll come in. DFW Security, this is, they've been with us for, I think, 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. And this is the third rendition we've done at their website. I love the fact that every 18 months they do exactly what we tell them to, which is we want to upgrade the design. We want the design to be more mobile, more app. So you'll notice on the left-hand side, this was actually a major upgrade 2 years ago from where they were. However, now it's very, very outdated. Very outdated. So if you look at the one on the right, you're going to see it's very mobile. It's extremely interactive. The site is going to be gorgeous. Even my own sites. You guys, if you look at jenniferbagley.com, ciwebgroup.com, 12steproadmap.com, I'm not happy with any of them. So we're doing the same thing. You can get the elements are different. Visually, they're different. They're cleaner and so forth. Again, I want to talk just about positioning. Your positioning is either going to convert, confuse, or attract a new client. So you're either going to get someone who's an instant decision maker to make a decision, somebody who is a researcher, and if you don't have these personas written down, you need to write them down. There are 3 personas from every website visitor. Your website should talk to them. Instantly, you have the persona of an instant decision maker. They're like that in their life. That's a woman that walks into Nordstrom and chooses their shoes in a matter of 15 to 20 minutes versus stands in DFW shoe store, walks every aisle up and down, only to walk out of the store without actually buying a shoe. Those are your more analytical and researchers. I'm using shoes because I'm comfortable with that. For all you men, you can come up with something else. But an analyzer or engineer, those are more your bankers, your engineers, your financial guys, and so forth. They take longer to process, so they're going to do more research. And then finally, you have your fence sitters. Those are your undecisive individuals. Difficult if you are indecisive and you're a business owner. But I want you to get a feel for, if I was going to, and Allstate Fire Equip has been with us, I want to say, for 6 years, and recently decided they want to upgrade their site. They want us to work on, they're redoing their entire brand. We're redoing a social media campaign. When they came in, they had 32 Facebook likes. We haven't done any of the branding yet, but the goal is build the network. Rhino Fleet Tracking hasn't leveraged social media very much, has an incredible positioning with multiple websites. And then we have Dirks, which Dirks is starting off right off the bat. You know, we're going to show you their account right now. This is brand new, 56 likes on their account. What you're going to notice is once their designs are done, you're going to see backgrounds change. You're going to see their fan page branding completed and so forth. But I just want you to think about, as a consumer, if you were to go visit your own website and then you were to tell somebody, this is how it makes me feel. Would I be a fence sitter? Would I be a researcher? Would I make an instant decision? And would I give them my contact information? That is going to be an important question you're going to have to ask yourself. And if you don't trust yourself because you're biased, then you need to ask somebody else. The websites that were designed 2 years ago are not the same as they can be designed right now. Themes weren't the same. WordPress didn't operate the same, and so forth. So you really have the ability to do a lot more now. The next thing is, if you are finding yourself being a fence sitter and you're trying to build trust or feel trust regarding a specific company, brand, or product, the next thing I want you to do is go check out their social media sites, because that's often what people will do in order to build a comfort level before they make a buying decision. So if you go check out somebody's fan page, Casey gave a sample last week. There's 30 likes on their fan page, or there's 70 likes on their fan page. There's 11 followers on Twitter. There's 2 YouTube videos with 8 views each, and the website doesn't feel good, doesn't feel professional. Are you likely to leave, stay, do a little bit of research, or actually spend some money or give them your contact information? And it is a relatively easy decision once you are honest with yourself about your current positioning. And so we want to really focus on the things you can do now are related to your positioning and making sure that when a new prospect comes to your site, especially your referral business, right now, that is the most protected asset you should have, is making sure that referral business, when it gets there, they instantly have the ability to make a decision and that you get to retain that client.
You guys, this goes right in. Can I talk about the homework?
This is all you, babe.
Okay, so you guys, this is an area that if you've had a conversation with me in one of our strategic consultations, you've already been kind of exposed to this concept here. You need to really be honest with yourself and go look at your own social media and your own positioning in the same way that you yourself go buy stuff. I can't make it any simpler than that. I had a gentleman on the phone this past week, and when we did his consultation, I had all his social media open on every tab. So we started talking, and I will say I kind of tricked him. And this is going to go right into this homework. So I kind of tricked him. I said, what was the last major purchase you bought? He happened to buy a truck. And I said, okay, when you bought this truck, I said, let's go through, and I said, did you buy it from a private party or at a dealership? He said, at a dealership. I said, okay. I said, when you went to research this dealership, if you went to their Twitter page and they had 17 followers, what would you think? He was like, well, they weren't active on Twitter. And I said, what about LinkedIn? You went to their LinkedIn page and they had 17 with no endorsements. You went to YouTube and there was one video that had 11 views and it was posted 2 years ago. You went to their Facebook page and they had 16 likes. And it was a big donut. And I said, well, I just gave you your social media profiles and used your real numbers. And that's when he finally got it. So this homework assignment, you guys, is for you to figure out where you stand today. It's not about looking backwards. It's not really even about looking forward yet. But you have to take a stock of where you are today. I wish you could see on my desk right now, I have a sheet that looks almost identical to this homework assignment. I am so focused on this that I actually do it instead of Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. I do it weekly. That's how important this is to our own business. So here's what the homework assignment is. We just call it the positioning audit. So what you want to do is you want to take this, print it out. My suggestion is that you print out a few copies, and you're going to go down and you're going to take basically a snapshot of where you are today. So total monthly visitors to your website as of today. Unique visitors. How many people are coming to your site? Not you clicking onto it 25 times. It does not count as 25 visitors, folks. Unique means each different IP addresses. How many people are returning? There's where you get to use yourself if you want. How much of your traffic is referred traffic, meaning from social media, from a mobile app, mobile phone, so on and so forth. How much of your traffic is coming organically? Traditionally, this means Google, Yahoo, Bing, organic. People are organically finding you. Next, how many blog posts have you done? If you know, how many posts have you actually posted? Pieces of content. You might call these articles. You might call these videos that are in your blog, so on and so forth. How many landing pages do you have? How many different points of entry can people enter your site to find your content? Numbers of calls to actions. If I go to your website and I want to pay you $10 million for your services, you had better make it easy for me to contact you. That's what we call a call to action. In the real world, we hate being told what to do. However, in the online world, we must be told what to do. Good internet folks, you will see this all over. Watch my video here. Call us. Put in your name and email address here. Contact us. Hit me up follow me on Twitter. Join our G Plus circles, so on and so forth. How many new leads did you take in this month? New leads, right? How many new opportunities? An opportunity is even before a lead. How many opportunities did you have to convert somebody to a lead? Okay? How many number of customer referrals? This is fascinating to me that people don't keep track of this. If you have one person that's referring you 10 pieces of business and you don't reward that person for that, shame on you. Buy them a car. You know, I have a good friend of mine who did such a good job that they did in fact buy him a car. They bought him a Lexus. Some of you on the call know who I'm talking. Know who I'm talking about. But we try when we have somebody that's become a fan of ours, and by fan that means they are referring us business. We post on Facebook. We send them coffee cards. We send them greeting cards. We do marketing pushes for them. We want to encourage referrals as much as possible, right? Richard Hassman, Bruce Waterman sends us stuff over. When you want to make folks your fan, when you make them their fan and they send you referrals, that is when it is awesome. Number of conversions, right? How many sales conversations did you have that led to somebody actually giving you 16 digits and an expiration date? How many people did you actually convert from a lead to conversions? And I can already hear some of you going, well, I don't know. I've never thought about it. Well, I don't. And you just go based on willy-nilly. Okay? So please, you got to keep track of this. YouTube subscribers. How many people? Now look, here's the deal, and we're only using the main ones, but I'm using the social media ones, you guys, that everybody uses, right? You can go play on some of the smaller ones, that's cool. You can go dominate in there, that's great. That's not where the public goes to check out your social media profiles. Okay, so how many YouTube subscribers do you have? And I will again put yourself in the buying spot, right? If you go to somebody's, I always go to their YouTube account. That's the first thing I do because I want to get to know them. Right? I'm probably more of an engineer analytic person. I'm not an instant decision maker. Some of you know that about me. I want to go check out. I want to make sure. I want to see what's going on. I'll probably look at your competitors. So if I get referred to you, you better hope that you dominate where I'm looking to validate. Okay, so how many YouTube, scroll up, Jen. I'll go fast. So how many subscribers do you have? How many total channel views? If your channel has 7 views and you posted 1 video 2 years ago, you need to call us. Okay, how many YouTube videos do you have? I think as it sits right now, just on my personal account, I'm at about 300 videos. Jennifer's probably at 400 videos. Between the two of our organizations and our umbrella organization, we have thousands of videos. Each of those videos is driving leads and opportunities to our organization every single day. DFW Security, Avcor. I know Blake Crenshaw's doing videos. Bruce Waterman's doing videos. The more videos you have, you guys, these are assets that go out into the marketplace and work on your behalf. Google Plus Circles. How many have you in your Google Plus Circles? I have the 2 things there. Have you in your Google Plus Circles, and how many do you have in yours? Sorry, you guys. I'll go back as soon as this is done, and I'll correct that. Have you in your G Plus Circles? Kat, if you're listening, just make a note of that. I'll come back. Okay. Facebook profile friends. If I go to somebody's Facebook profile, and here's the deal, folks, I can hear you already going, well, I try to keep my business and my personal separate. Sorry, doesn't happen. Wish it did. Like to have that conversation with you. It just doesn't occur. Sorry, don't know what to tell you. Right? If you go to somebody's Facebook profile and they've got 17 friends and they're posting all politics, congratulations. I can't wait to talk to you about how much business you're actually losing. Okay? Your Facebook fan page. If somebody goes to your Facebook fan page, and I assure you that they're looking, and they see 16 likes, or your competitors are coming up when somebody does a search for you, you've got even a bigger issue. How many fan page likes do you have? If the number, think about, again, what's the number that you would feel comfortable handing your credit card to? Would you feel comfortable handing your hard-earned cash over to somebody that has 7 likes? Or would it be more intentional if they had 70,000 likes? Right? How many face groups do you own? Right? This is one that we don't talk about too much, but there are gazillions of Facebook groups on Facebook that you can literally go and just write the guy or woman that put it together and say, hey, this is an inactive group, can I take it over? You'd be shocked at how many people will just give you their Facebook group. That gives you instant credibility and instant access to be able to have content delivered to that entire group with one click of a button. Take a look at North Dallas Denture Center here. Look at, he's a good-looking guy. He's got a great, clean picture. He's got 10,360 likes. He is a denture doctor in Dallas. If you were going to let somebody stick dentures in your mouth and start jamming around in your mouth with a needle and a knife, would you rather have somebody that has 7 likes or 10,360 likes? To me, that is a no-brainer, right? If you're going to engage somebody in a social media conversation and bring them on as a social media consultant or strategist, do you want to go to their Facebook page and see that they have 300 likes with nobody talking about it? Or do you want to pull somebody like Jennifer Bagley who's got 66,000 likes and 48,000 people talking about it? To me, it's an NFB. No frickin' brainer. This is so important. Okay, let's go back. Jen, pull me back if you can to the homework just for a quick sec. Okay, how many Facebook groups do you own? How many Twitter followers do you have? If I go to your Twitter account and it's a picture of an egg and you have 7 followers, 0 tweets, and nobody following you, that is a problem. It does not matter to me as a consumer that you don't have the time to do Twitter. I don't care. I'm the buyer. I have the credit card. You want my credit card. You better figure out how to impress us, right? And I say me and I'm only using that because I want you guys to put yourself in the buying seat. So important. How many people do you follow on Twitter, right? Jennifer and I both follow tens of thousands of people. Why? Because that's where you can get educated, you get content, you get connections, you convert those connections into leads, you connect those leads into conversations, those conversations lead to sales, right? LinkedIn connections. This one cracks me up. A lot of people will say, oh, my ideal client is a business owner, and then they won't have a LinkedIn profile. To me, that makes zero sense. Zero. Okay, scroll down for me, Jen, if you can. And this is the same thing, LinkedIn group members, okay? LinkedIn group members. Next up, these are for me two of my most important ones that I track every single day in our business. How many people are you connected to in your email account? Some of you should probably have a Gmail account. How many people are in your actual address book? And how many people are what's on your list, your newsletter list, your list of people that you communicate with? Now let me put this into perspective, you guys. From a marketing perspective, just from a marketing perspective, if I have a list of 100,000 people that I spend my time building that list to 100,000, and you're a competitor of mine and you have a list of 10 or you don't have a list, who wins? Everything else being held constant, I will win every single time. If you and your competitor, you have a list that's 10 times the size of your competitor, that means that your competitor has to send out a message 10 times to hit the same number of people that you have to send out once. That's compressing of time. That's leveraging, right? When you have your mobile phone app built, and I say when because in today's business environment, we're getting closer and closer that you must have a mobile phone app for your business. It is a huge way to connect with people that you probably wouldn't be connected with otherwise. This is critical to keep your competitors at bay, right? If you have somebody download your phone app, now they are in your pocket at a click of a button. The last thing that you want them to do is ever go back to Google. Let me give you a quick example. If you are a wedding photographer, and I'm just using this because this was just a conversation we had yesterday, a wedding photographer goes and they hires you as a wedding photographer. The last thing that you want is at the bridal shower lunch where all the bridal party is getting together, pulling up all your competitors while trying to find you on Google. It'd be much easier for the bride to click a button on her iPhone or click a button on her iPad and have your site come up. There's no mess, no fuss, and there's no chance of them finding your competitors out on Google. It is critical to protect and leverage your customer base. Okay? And how many people of your current and your past clients are on your email list? You've got to be generating a list, you guys. This list thing we're going to talk about more in depth as we go, but this is a game of perception and marketing. If you're not concentrating, let me rephrase that. If you don't know where you are, we can't improve. So today's homework assignment is for you guys to go pull this worksheet and really fill in every single line here, even if it says 0. It gives you a starting point. It gives you a baseline, and then work on how to improve that. Again, for me, I don't even know if Jennifer knows this, but I literally have a sheet on a clipboard in my office on my desk where I literally keep track of YouTube views, YouTube subscribers, Facebook fans, Twitter followers, LinkedIn connections, and I do that on a weekly basis. It's in front of me, and the minute I see a 0 at the end of the week, I know what my project is for the following week. So your homework is to get a baseline of where you are today. Jen, I'll throw it back to you.
All right, thanks, you guys. This is smart, you guys. This won't take very much time. Just do a quick audit. If you guys are on our marketing plan or you've subscribed to step 1, we're going to want you to do this anyway because I want you to keep track of where you are for Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Our goal is to make sure that you are constantly improving and increasing your positioning. and so forth. So this is an easy homework assignment that should just take minutes, and it's very, very smart. It's the right thing for you guys to do. All right. We talked a little bit last week about authorship, which in December of 2013, Google had a new change in its algorithm, which a lot of webmasters and marketers, professional marketers, are calling it the authorship shakeup. This is very important. This is natural progression and evolution of the internet and changes surrounding search engine optimization and content marketing and so forth. So if you look at content marketers, you have content experts. I'm going to share one of our best content experts. Tammy Kling is an author of over 140 some books. She's written the most recent book she launched with Tony Jerry is Be Great in Business, Business Ground Rules, 100 Lessons for Success with Tony Jerry and Peter Thomas, our business coach, and Tammy Kling, our client and referral partner, and she's going to be helping us launch our books this year as well. But she is a content marketer. She's incredible about writing content. She does a lot of web content. She does a lot of book content. She does a lot of blog content. And, you know, it's really interesting. We were looking at her profile the other day, and she has what everybody else doesn't have, which is she is a writer. I mean, she's an incredibly awesome writer. She's a ghostwriter for multiple successful CEOs as well as engineers and medical professionals and so forth. And it's interesting watching someone that has all of this content but doesn't quite have the network that is leveraging the time she spends writing content to the best of her capability. So I love the fact Tammy sends me a text message in the middle of the night and says, 2014 girl, game on. She said, I'm going to make it my goal to have, and she starts rattling off one after another, and her texts are funny when they come in, but she starts rattling off, I'm going to have 30 comments per blog post, I'm going to have X number of shares on Facebook, I'm going to have X number of engagement and likes and so forth, and she's literally, I love how she thinks, because last year she said, I'm going to write more blogs. I spent all my time writing books. I'm going to write blogs, and it's going to be great content, and she did it. And now she says, I'm going to author other people's books. She does it. Now she says, I'm going to increase my engagement by building my profile, my network, my connections, and engaging more with new prospects and so forth. It's very interesting because you take companies that maybe started as a one-person shop, and those who have followed, guidance and direction, we do take some risks. I will absolutely say that, in our business and with the things that we do on the internet, we take risks, we push. I can't say that I haven't been turned off of almost everything out there. So I know where the line is drawn. I know exactly where we can push, where we can't push. And it is about taking risks. It is about pushing further than you can see so you can go farther. And I'll tell you, getting stuck underneath a rock and having no visibility is not where you want to be. So the authorship change was critical because essentially it said for all of you that got it and understood that content is king, he or she who produces the most content wins. And the more that content is shared with other individuals and the more that content is backlinked to, which means essentially you're getting a thumbs up from a third-party website, which is a testimonial in Google's eyes, the more real estate you own, and the further up those pages are going to be inside Google search engine. Now, you have hundreds and hundreds, thousands, actually millions of blog writers, content producers, and I'm going to come back to that, but you have all of these content producers publishing content, and now Google says in order to be able to present the best content to my clients, who are people searching, I need to know who's more popular. So there's a few logistical things that need to take place in this month. I'm going to tell you before you move into next month, this is what I want to see everybody do. The first things first, you've got to have a Gmail account. Your Gmail account needs to be tied to your Google Plus account, your Google Plus business page, your Google Analytics, and your YouTube account. There's other things, but those are the primaries I've got to have you do, all under the same Gmail account. That Gmail account needs to be used on your user profile on any and all websites that you publish content on. So, for example, if you're a killer content publisher, I'm going to use James Lee with Columbia West College. They're publishing content on their own website, on their university website, on dnettv.com, and on schoolnet.org. They're publishing content redirecting content, spinning the same content, they're syndicating the same content on all of those sites. The user profile that must be used on all of those sites must be that same Gmail account. The Gmail account needs to be set up with an avatar so that all of your user profile spreads from site to site to site. That user account or that Gmail account also needs to be connected on all your social media sites, your Facebook page, your fan pages, your Twitter page, and so forth. What we need to do, and everybody's got to get on this bandwagon right now, is we need to make an author popular for your business. If you have multiple people writing for your business, each of those authors needs to have authority, and they need to be popular digitally. So first off is your Google profile. What is your Google profile? Your second one is connectivity, making sure that it's completely connected to all of your social media networks. Your networks, all of them are using the same Google profile. This is going to help improve Trustrank, social equity, and it's going to have a significant impact on your SEO value. Significant impact. You can no longer simply just blog randomly using 5 different accounts. You log in and there's no connectivity, there's no plan, there's no synchronization between those accounts. So in February of 2014, or whenever you are watching this, I want you to make sure you start with your Google profile and you make sure, this is just an administrative work, that's all it is. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. All right, we talked a little bit about high leveraged activities. You guys, the goal is outsource what you can, because internally there's things only you can do. I tell people in our business all the time, there's things that only I can do. If I find myself doing things that anybody can do, I have a problem with that. I want to outsource anything and everything I possibly can so that I can free myself up to do only those high leverage activities that I know only I can do. So that's going to be very important for you guys as well. Step 1, if you haven't looked at the Step 1 solutions, I want you to go check it out. It's Step 1 Strategy and Marketing Plan. You can click there for it, or you can go to 12steproadmap.com and under Form, I think it's either on the handout or Forms, it's called an Action Plan, 12SR Action Plan. Go click on that and click on Step 1. These are the 4 most important things I want to leave you with as far as this Step 1 plan. Number 1, you need to use tools that provide you with leverage. So in the future, you're going to hear us talk about your website, integrated blog, WordPress. You're going to talk about social media distribution tools. We're going to talk about CRM system and so forth. We're going to talk about people and scripts and people that are smarter than us doing work for us that are faster. Next one is choose an investment. So a portion of this is going to be, what is your investment in time and what is your investment in capital? What is your investment in resources? Those are the 3 things you really need to play with: time, resources, and capital. Next, you've got to commit to participate. So the reason Step 1 is called strategy, coaching, and marketing is because 1, we need to be working constantly on having a fluid strategy together. 2, you need coaching. You've got to have someone that's guiding you on how you can better improve your results. Well, let me say this. I get coaching. I have my coaches in place that are constantly pushing me to grow. So our job is to help coach you. And the third one is you've got to be executing, which is the marketing piece. And the last one is measure your results. So your homework is get a baseline, get a benchmark so that we can measure our results for success. We've talked a lot about your thinking, how you think about this. Marketing is no longer a project or a task. Okay, you have some administrative duties. However, marketing today is a lifestyle. It's a journey. If you go back and you reference the homework assignment in Step 1, hopefully you started off with some clarity. What do you want? What is your vision? And do you have clarity on ultimately what you want out of your business and your life? That Step 1 exercise should change as we continue to develop. We've talked about the fluidity of being able to change on a dime, putting that foot in the sand and altering the direction that we're going. That assignment should absolutely change itself. This is just a little note from us, you guys. I mean, half of this starts with loving who you are, loving your life. Casey and I, we love ours. You'll notice, you'll hear it in our tone, you'll see it in the way we communicate with people. We're excited about it. We tend to shy away from negativity and we run relatively fast. we love ours, not because we're making money, but because we're making a positive impact, because we're giving back to others. We love making deals, and we love making connections happen. But most of all, we love making people who are winners win more. We have, speaking of being nimble, we've made a pretty significant change I want to tell you guys about as we wrap up here in the last 10 minutes. Google Apps was step 2 in our 12-step roadmap. It was a series of training videos that taught you how to use all of the different, and not even all, so there's too many to put in there, many of the different tools within the Google Apps platform. What we've decided to do for you is to make all of those videos public and available for you. So if you go to 12steproadmap.com and you click on webinar series, you're going to see all of step 2's videos are recorded. They're there for your use, setting up a Gmail account, connecting it to your Google Plus account, your analytics, your YouTube, and so forth. All of those training videos have been made available for all of our registered 12-step roadmap attendees, so you guys go check those out. And we are making a pretty significant change to the 12-step roadmap program. Step 2 is now going to be strictly about vendor selection. We've noticed that early on in a business owner's decision-making process, this tends to be an area that they're struggling with. How, what questions do I ask? Who am I choosing? How do I make decisions on vendors? What kinds of vendors do I need to be looking for? And this even includes software, services, outsourcing, and so forth. And so we're going to spend a few sessions in February on vendor selection for step 2. We've got some great experts we're going to be bringing in to talk a little bit about what they do and how they go about choosing their vendors. And so hopefully we can help everybody come up with a criteria for being able to evaluate vendors, prioritize them, and make better decisions when it comes to vendor selection. With that, go ahead.
Jen, let me jump in here for just one second, if I may. You guys, I know several of you on, I'm looking at who's on the line, and I assure you that if you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, vendors, what are they talking about, vendors? I don't have any vendors. Your vendor is anybody you spend your time, energy, or resources on to help get you into some new place in business. So your vendors could literally be a website that you use to help leverage, right? It's where you're spending your time and who you're spending your money with to help you get where you're going. Whether that's your suppliers, whether that's your marketing dollars, whether that's your coaches, whether that's your mentors, maybe it's a software program, maybe it's a CRM system. That vendor selection is so important. And Jen, I want to go back just one thing, and I don't usually do this, you guys, but I want to go back to one thing I forgot to put on that homework assignment. And that is, if you want a really good way to baseline measurement, go join the website Klout, K-L-O-U-T, Klout. It rates you based on all your social media profiles, and it spits out a score. That score fluctuates daily. It is a great place for you to actually play a game with yourself, and raising your Klout score encompasses all of the things that we're talking about today on that homework assignment. So go find your Klout score. You can connect with both Jennifer and myself, Kathy Marshall, several other folks in the 12-step roadmap team on Klout as well. But Klout score is a great way to give you a baseline. And I cannot tell you guys how excited we are to talk about vendor selection. We see this day in and day out in almost every conversation we have. We started this conversation about somebody that went and had a website built 4 times. That is nothing more than poor vendor selection. Well, there's probably more in playing than that, but a major piece of it is vendor selection. And so we're going to take the next few sessions. We gave you the Google Apps. Instead of trying to go through those, we're just going to give you those so we could free up some extra sessions, because we felt very from our hearts that this vendor selection process is one of the most important pieces in setting you up to for accelerated results.
You guys, Casey and Kathy are going to set up the system so you guys can engage with us for a minute, ask some questions, tell us thoughts, and so forth. Also, I want to give you just a quick tidbit of advice. As you guys are on your social media, your fan pages, and so forth, start leveraging each other. This is, DNET is an organization of ours. It's a very powerful organization, and often underutilized. The power of collaborative marketing is massive. So the ability to be able to tag or tag you guys or each other is critical. Casey and I, just to throw this out there, highly, highly, highly encourage you to post on our walls, on our fan pages, on our timelines, to tag us and post on a regular basis. And it's as simple as you need to like the fan page and you need to go in and say, @Casey, why am I on all caps lock? @CNet, for example. For example, you guys tag each other and start leveraging. When you start tagging, sharing, commenting, all of you have got to not only build your fan base, but you all have to be able to hit Edgerank on Facebook. Edgerank is an algorithm that is based on the number of shares, the number of likes, the number of comments, the number of posts, comparison to the number of fans that you have. So help each other by sharing each other's content, by resharing photos, images, galleries, and so forth. You'll notice I shared David Fagan's photo album with Maurice and Casey and so forth. So really, really try and reconnect. This 12-step roadmap fan page is brand new. I think it's like 3 months old at this point. So you really want to help each other, and you can do that just simply by starting to connect. You can use the 12-step roadmap tag or site as a way to connect with each other. So if you're on the call, one thing you might want to do is go to your fan page, and you might want to say @12-step roadmap, or go to the 12-step roadmap website or fan page, and you might want to comment on there about something you're going to do different in your business, something you liked about the program, something you had a question on, or you want to see something different. And then as you see each other liking or commenting, start connecting with each other. Start liking each other's fan pages. You don't have to pay each other to help each other, and that's the most powerful asset you have. I'll tell you, when we want to grow a network, we grow our networks from doing work for other networks. We belong to a global marketing group that allows us to participate on any project. So if another marketing company says, hey, we've got a launch going for a campaign for JCPenney's, our team jumps in, we like, we comment, we share, we do what we need to do, we earn points, and when we need help with one of our networks, we send a note out and we say, we're launching a new fan page for Rhino or for Allstate or for Dr. Rowe, and we say, we need your guys' help, and we earn credits by helping other networks. I don't have 3,000 people sitting in a back room that I'm paying on a monthly basis to do all of this work. We practice, preach, and teach collaborative marketing strategies. It just happens that in the marketing industry, they're more aware of and used to and willing to work in a collaborative environment because that's something we do day in and day out. So I encourage you, you don't have to be in a marketing environment to gain the benefits of collaborative marketing. Repurposing and publishing blog content on each other's sites, sharing posts and content and information on each other's fan pages. Our goal and our hope is not that you only connect here when you come on for our weekly sessions, but you also connect on 12-step roadmap, start connecting with each other, and you guys start helping each other. It's hard enough to do it by yourself. It'll be very important for you guys to help push each other to do more with less.
And you guys, this is also really about engagement. Right? And Jen, leave this up here for just 1 second if you can. We got a question that says, what do you say about likes versus talking about it? Example, the dentist you referred, but I'm going to use 12-step roadmap as a better example just for this question. We have 16,000 likes on it. We have 15 people talking about it. That means we are not doing our job with engaging with the people that engage with us. Now, part of this is because we're building the network really quickly on this particular fan page. But you will see engagement. If you go over to Jennifer's fan page, you'll notice that she has 68,000 people that like it, but she has 48,000 people talking about it. That means because she's very engaging. The engagement is very, very important. So if you are engaging on Facebook, when somebody leaves you a comment or they like the post, engage with them. I would rather see you engage with every single comment on your fan page then I would see you take a picture of what you had for breakfast and post it on your profile. It's time. It's what's going to be more high leverage. Somebody commenting on your breakfast, you better comment back. You post a business tip on your website, on your fan page, and somebody comments. Nothing's more irritating to people that go and they engage you on your fan page and you don't comment back. Again, put yourself in your spot. You see something on somebody's fan page, you comment, and they don't respond, you're out. So really important, go figure out how to engage with the folks that are engaging on your fan page.
You guys, any other questions, thoughts that you want to throw out there that we can help you with?
And you guys are on mute at the moment, so if you want to type them into the box, you can type them in. Did we just unmute everybody? I think we're unmuting you. So if you guys have questions, comments, you should be able to. Jump on. It looks like some of you are being unmuted. Kat is doing a fantastic job of unmuting folks. Anybody have any?
If you can hear me, I thought today was just wonderful.
Awesome. Is this Sophia?
Yeah, it is. I just thought this was just a lot of insight, and as you were speaking, I was able to even post many things about your seminar on LinkedIn and Facebook. It was great.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sophia. I appreciate it.
Have a great day, everybody.
Anybody else have a question or a comment? I want to thank Jay. He said, I want to thank Jay. He said, I love your passion, Casey and Jennifer. I get amped every time I hear you two badass rock stars. I love it.
She changed the calendar but forgot to mention it. She goes, who is this? I said, it's Helen. She went, oh, this is 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. She goes, oh, East Wing. She enjoyed my video though.
She what?
Enjoyed my video. She has some notes. But she wants us to sit down and go, we were both watching it at the same time together and go over the notes and things.
All right, you guys, for next week, you guys are going to have a Power Pack session, and also we're going to implement the webinar tool that is the ability to raise your hand, and we'll unmute you guys one at a time so that you can ask a question. I see we have 4 questions here. Let's see if we can answer these. And Howard, I'd like more information about personal, should you ever redo your business page, different fan page, and so forth. Okay, Ann Towers, you asked a great question about political stuff, what you can post. Here is the bottom line that you should stay away from on your fan page. No sex, no sports, no politics, no negativity, and, Casey, no religion. So the 5 things that you got a 50% of the audience not liking it right off the bat. Absolutely stay away from those. Let's see here. If you have to change your business page, it really, I'm going to say it depends. It depends if you already own your name, and I want you to keep your name. If you don't own your name properly, we can redo it. You can merge fan pages, so there's a few different things. If you guys need help or have a consultation question that's a little bit more specific, you can go to 12steproadmap.com, and it says free consultations. Just fill that out, and we'll get on those. Yes, good question. What do you say about likes versus talking? So both are important. The process in my eyes is build your likes up quickly, build your content up secondly, start engaging with your network third, and at that point you can start improving the number of people talking about you. If you have nothing to talk about, no one's going to talk about you. So it actually is much bigger and greater than just having a Facebook conversation. It's more about what kind of content are you producing, what kind of value are you bringing to the table, what kind of questions are you asking that is even going to get people to start engaging with you. You've got to do something worthy of talking about in order to get people to talk about you. So I personally, every single morning on each one of my fan pages, I go through, I constantly am reading and studying and posting things that I believe are of value to other people. They get shared and so forth. I see a lot of people tagging, using a hashtag and so forth. So I'm not great at it. Quite frankly, I'm not. I got 6 million things going on, no different than all of you, but I'm trying. And that's all we're asking is that you guys try and that you put effort into it. I will throw out there right now, I'm the worst manager of my Twitter account you could ever see. My Twitter account, I think it has 10, 11, I don't know, 15,000 followers. I automated all the publishing because I can't get myself to log into my Twitter account for anything. I literally have prospects going to my Twitter asking for a quote, and my competitors are answering them with pricing. That's how bad I am at my Twitter account. So I'm saying that because all of this takes time, it takes effort, and it's going to take some change in behavior. And so just keep working at it. Do one thing at a time and get some help. All right, let me see. Someone just posted another question. Facebook, if you're a marketer, consultant, all those people liking or talking are marketers. No. So that is a wicked question. Initially, we were talking about the compression of time for conversion. So in the beginning, think about this. When you go to somebody's site and you click on their site and you click on their fan page, the first thing you do when you look at their fan page is you look at how many likes do they have. The second thing you do is you go browse their content. Initially, are all of your fan page prospects, or are a large majority of your fan page prospects potential customers? No, not at all. It takes a significant amount of effort on your part as the business owner to produce the right amount of content, to connect with your existing customers, past clients, prospects, to connect with your referral partners, your strategic partners, people you network, people you do business with. You are the only person that has the ability and the database and the knowledge bank to be able to go connect with all of those people who are going to be great prospects or who are going to talk about you, refer you, and so forth. So there's only so much a marketing company can do. What a marketing company can do is they can leverage their own networks to build your fan base, which helps improve the perception that you are liked by many. We're born with the ability or with the want or the need or desire as humans to want to go sit at the popular person's table. That's what people do. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's a fact of life. So essentially what you're doing is, first and foremost, you are building a network so that the perception is you are liked by many. When you have a referral, go to your website, click on your fan page. Instantly, they're making a decision in their head, subconsciously, about whether they trust and they like your company based on what you look like, based on what your website looks like, based on how many people like you, based on when the last time you posted content was on your blog and or your Facebook page. If it was a year ago, they're going to make a different decision than if it was recent. Now, once you get that done, you're hopefully going to at least protect the prospects that you're getting to the website based on other marketing activities and getting them to do business with you faster. So that's going to put more revenue in your pocket quicker. The process of growing into the type of business, individual, or organization that actually engages with and provides value to a network of people who know, like, and trust you requires time, energy, and effort, and you will definitely have to participate to make that happen. Hopefully that helps answer that question. That was a good question. All right, you guys, I think we got the majority. Got it. Okay. I know I talk a lot. She's patient with me. Jeannie and Diego, thank you guys for coming. I think, is this your guys' first time attending? It's good to have you guys. Everyone that's on the call and that stayed this long, I'm sorry we went over today. Hopefully this was helpful. If you missed or you want to go back to any part of this, you can visit us at 12steproadmap.com and just click on webinar series and you'll have access to all the webinars. You don't even have to wait until the end of the month. Other than that, keep your questions coming. You can post all your questions, comments, and feedback on the 12-Step Roadmap fan page, and with that, you will help guide us to give you the information that you need to improve. So please show up, shoot up, and participate. Ask questions, and that will, oh, I remember meeting you. Okay, right. All right, so you guys, with that, have a fantastic week. Let's make things work. If you need help or you want to sit down and have a consultation, please feel free to let us know. You can do that through the free consultation request on there too. We're out of here.